Welcome to Dory Cote on Shamanism, a weekly podcast that explores one theme in shamanism throughout each month. Get comfortable, have a seat, and let's get started.
Hello, and welcome to episode number 33 of our weekly podcasts. Our focus for these next 4 sessions is on gratitude, appreciation, and abundance. So listen in and hopefully find some inspiration about these topics.
Dory, a listener recently asked how he might conjure up gratitude in the face of tremendous personal losses and fear. What can you say about this?
Yes, that is a wonderful question. It is so challenging when we are feeling like we are under a rock. We have been literally buried by fear, anxiety, stress, and other things of that nature, and we can't put one foot out in front of the other and access that place of feeling some sense of gratitude. My suggestion for everybody, including myself, is that when we find ourselves in that kind of place, it is good to try to bring ourselves back to literally the moment, this very moment, and focus on what you can be grateful for right this second. Something as simple as, I'm grateful that when I look at my hands, I can see that I have 10 fingers. I am grateful that I am able to breathe fully. I am grateful that I am able to look out the window and see a tree. I am grateful that I woke up this morning and there was food that I could make breakfast. Simple things like this that we have a tendency to take for granted are really the foundation of creating a practice of gratitude, despite what outside circumstances might be dictating for us at any given point in time on any given day. The more we're able to take that attitude of gratitude down to the micro level, the more likely we're going to be able to access it when we are in those places of darkness or personal losses and fears and anxiety and stress. We'll remember to go back to that place of, oh yes, I can find gratitude somewhere, and it's right here in me and around me. I am breathing. I woke up this morning. I'm grateful that I have a table to sit at. Whatever. Simplify, simplify, simplify. And that is what will get you through 1 second, 1 hour, 1 day at a time, being able to hold on some sense of gratitude despite tremendous loss.
Can holding an attitude of gratitude help a person who is struggling with depression?
Yes, absolutely. It can and it will if that person is able to access, again, the most minute things that will help them to feel like they have some life force energy still in them. Depression is one of those emotional realities that takes us to the depths of not always recognizing that we do have some life force energy. Typically, people who are seriously depressed feel like they are on the edge of just slipping off into some dark hole from which they will never return. And so, again, holding this sense of gratitude, again, going back to what I was saying with regard to the listener's question that I just answered, of going to the micro, If you're lying in bed and you're so depressed you can't even get out of bed, what can you find in a moment to be grateful for? Perhaps it's very simply, I am looking at the ceiling and I see a fly dancing around on the ceiling. Or I'm grateful that I have a glass of clean water beside me here that I can sip on during this day. Or I'm grateful that my bathroom is not very far away, so I only have to walk from the bed a few steps to go to the bathroom. Simple things like this. The more micro it is, the more right around you it is located, the better you will be able to access that piece of gratitude that has the potentiality of helping you rise up out of that deep depression one step at a time, one literal micro beat at a time, get you up to where you are able to begin appreciating something maybe a little bit larger than that fly on the wall or the fact that your bathroom is just a few steps away. As your gratitude grows, then you're much more likely to step out of that place of deep depression a little bit at a time and begin functioning more fully.
Dory, during the holidays, there's a lot of pressure to give and receive lots of material gifts and stuff. What recommendations do you have to help someone who might be feeling impoverished, someone who might be feeling that they have nothing material to give or to receive?
That is a great question. And because we're coming into right now, as I am recording this podcast, that period of time of very intense holidays. Thanksgiving, there's Christmas, there's Kwanzaa, there's Hanukkah, there's the New Year, and so on and so forth. And most North Americans, at least, sort of get into a spin about all this and the need to have material objects in order to fulfill their expression of gifting or their expression of wanting to show love to someone else, and then also feeling that somehow receiving those material things is also going to perhaps fill them up. The truth is that, and I'm sure many listeners would agree with this, that the true gift of all of these holidays is being with loved ones, having an opportunity to hug each other, valuing each other's lives and the way that we can be with one another. And when it comes to gift giving, if we go really down deep inside ourselves and we try to remember what was the most fabulous gift I ever received from another person, my guess is that the vast majority, if not all of us, would come up with that one simple gift that was something somebody either made or found for us. A feather, a stone that is shaped like a heart, a very small handmade gift, a jar of pickles, something very simple yet created from the heart of this person. So despite the fact that somebody might feel that they have nothing to give, they do have something to give. Everybody has something to give. If it's coming from their heart, that is the most important thing. It can be going out for a walk and finding a pine cone and giving a pine cone to someone with an expression of love and saying, see here, I found this pine cone and it made me think of you and how much I love you and I want to give it to you. That means as much as, the big fancy gift in big wrapping with the big bow and that has, a big financial value. It's the heart. It's what is coming from the heart. And when it comes to receiving, it is so important for us to remember that we have to, first of all, be open to receiving, that we as individuals have value, and that when we open our heart to receiving whatever it might be that we are being gifted, something as simple as what I just said, like the pine cone, or something that comes from someone's heart, that is the true gift of gratitude. The gratitude that you can find something that you can gift to somebody, and also the gratitude that you can have an open heart to receive whatever it is you are being gifted. Children understand this. Children feel so delighted when they make a simple little hand-decorated Christmas card or holiday card or a drawing of some kind, or a little handmade gift that they give to their parents or their grandparents or aunts and uncles. They feel in their hearts like this is the biggest thing you could ever possibly give to Grammy or Daddy or whoever. That's the feeling we want to come. That's the key feeling we want to come back to. That sense of like, I made this, or I feel this, and I am giving this to you because I love you, and I care for you, and I cherish you, and I value our relationship. That's the gift of gratitude during the holidays. And the more we're allowing ourselves to slip into that and walk out of that pressure that is imposed onto us by our social culture and the media blitz of buy. The more we're able to do that, the greater our holiday will be and the greater our sense of internal gratitude.
When I was a single mom, my children, for one of my birthdays, gave me cards that had wishes on it. Their wishes for me. And those were just the best gifts of all.
Really, it's what people lose track of at this time of the year, in the sense that they have to have the big box and the big ribbon and the big this and the big that and lots of money. And really, the most precious gifts are exactly what you're describing.
Thank you. So this completes our prepared questions on how to conjure gratitude. Do you have anything you'd like to add at this time?
No, other than to say, go into your heart and remember every little thing for which you can be grateful today.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Dory Cote on Shamanism. We'd love to hear your thoughts, stories, reactions, and questions. Come on over to dorycote.com and join the conversation. And tune in next week for more on this subject, or next month for a new subject. You can subscribe to this podcast in iTunes or sign up on dorycote.com to receive notices when the podcasts are posted. That's Dory, D-O-R-Y, and Cote, C-O-T-E.com. Drumming and rattling by Dory Cote and Terry Morgan. Technical assistance and audio production by JillHackett.com. And this is Susan Savelle, wishing you many blessings in your life. We hope to have you join us next time.